and the thing is clicked on, and it looks like we are live. Keith, what do you got to say?
Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley.
I'm Chemda.
It's the great Gastor Almonte. Hello, Gastor.
How's it going, y'all?
Dude, everybody loved you. This is your second appearance on Keith and the Girl, and I'll tell you, not only are they in love with you, they voted for you being best guest of the year. In fact, you made it to the finals. The only person that beat you out was this dude that can do improv rap. Maybe throwing an improv rap during this show. I don't know, but that's just a gimmick. You are adored, and it's good to see you again.
I appreciate it sincerely. I was honored. I was also hurt to lose to a UK accent. I feel like my accent is cool too, you know. But I get it, I get it. It's a little more foreign. It brings back nostalgia. Maybe like you had a interesting, fling during that semester abroad. Nobody got stories like that, in East New York. I hear you, but
right.
Thank you though.
We didn't do class trips to East New York. That's true. Gastor, of course, hosts alongside Shalewa Sharp, who everybody loves, The War Report, the album that I enjoyed very much, Immigrant Made, a stand-up album. And what can I tell you? This guy keeps it a buck. Am I right or am I wrong?
I try my best to, sincerely. I think it's important.
I'm just giving a look. You don't know that? A buck, a dollar, 1.00, 100%, real? Okay, I think you get it. Anyway, sorry about her. But lots to talk. Yeah, you get it. A lot to talk about today. First of all, we're having the playoffs this weekend. Do you get into murder ball,
Gastor? Yes, indeed. Yeah. I played in high school, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is it abuse? Is it child abuse? When I see the pros do it, it's fucking nuts, but okay. It gets you out of poverty for a lot of people, that kind of thing. But when I see it in college especially, never mind, then you start talking about high school. What the fuck are we talking about?
It's weird, though, I have to say. Like, everything in me is like, this is wrong. And yet, I cannot tell you how much it hurts me that my son has no interest in this game. Like, I want so bad for him to, like, want to play catch. And he's like, nah, like, I just want to grow fungi and, like, code, and
isn't that such good news? Because think about it, between football and comedy, what a bunch of shit careers you're deciding on. Am I right? Like the fact that your kids don't want anything to do with it might mean that you've passed on some knowledge.
Yeah, I mean, not for me, but yeah, I'll take it. If they're learning by saying, hey, whatever dad's doing, not ideal. Let's do something more stable. I'm proud of them. They figured it out. But
yeah, that's why you need to like smoke weed around them. It's like, oh, dads do that. Boring.
Take all the edge off it.
Yeah, this isn't cool anymore.
What are we thinking? We're down to the final four teams, of course.
Yeah.
49ers, Chiefs, Lions, Ravens. What are we thinking over there, Gastor?
Oh, Ravens all day. I think they got that. Okay. Yeah, I think I always root for black quarterbacks. Just a thing. Lamar Jackson, exciting guy, deserves it. If I were to choose I feel Detroit needs it as a city. Like just in general, I don't know what they've won ever. Like as a society, I don't know what they're doing well.
They're struggling a little.
Yeah, they need some wins. So like I want them to win as a group.
But in all fairness, no one's acting like Baltimore is Shangri-La.
Yeah, and that's what I feel like I get the best of both there. I get a city that always needs a win. You got a couple players I genuinely enjoy rooting for. I'm with that. San Francisco, they're bougie. They don't need none of that.
Yeah, please.
They're doing
those
well.
Hills.
Yeah, come on.
You got enough. Yeah. But I chose the Lions because Detroit just sounds like the fact that you've been through that much means you're ready to hit someone like real hard. Yeah. So that's my math.
I'm with you. And also like I like I know my kids are like young teenagers. I'm worried about the first time like my daughter has her first breakup, and like it's going to be an emotional moment. This is Detroit's first love in a long time, like if they don't win it, the pieces that we're going to have to put together around Detroit,
right,
console
as a country.
them, let them know. Yeah, as a country, like, hey, it's okay. There's other sports. You suck at them too, but maybe,
So there we go. So we're thinking we want Baltimore versus the Lions is what we want. It sounds
I would love that. Yeah.
Chief sounds racist. I can't look too much into it. 49ers, San Francisco again. It sounds like they have the most rights in this country. All right, who gives a shit? So there we go. I think we narrowed it down. What did you play in high school?
I did all the non-exciting positions. I was a guard.
Okay.
So I was on the line. So and I did play linebacker on occasion. But it was very concerning. My parents are Dominican. They literally had never heard of the sport growing up, and they come to a game to support, and all they see is just me getting piled on by bigger people. So they didn't understand. I was we won. They were very confused as to what I achieved. You know, every play just looked the same. So they're like, I don't get it. They're like, you're in the middle, you hit someone in front of you, and other people do stuff with the ball. I'm like, yep,
Well,
that's it.
baseball is so different than football. Like, why are they touching you?
They're like, you get pizza too?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Was your team good?
No, we were trash consistently. Yeah, freshman year we were 1-7. We got to like about 500 by the end of it, but yeah, we were never a good team while I was there. And it's a shame too, because the school is known for football. Vince Lombardi went to my high school. Like, so like we're supposed to be good at it. Like, he's the most winningest coach ever. The trophy's named after him.
What school is it? What school is it?
St. Francis Prep.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Right. The
And
school that I passed all the time.
There you go. But yeah, they've done good since. But while I was there, it wasn't a great era.
Only in Queens, only a St. Francis Prep could have a football team. I didn't have a football team. Other schools in high school in Queens didn't have football teams. I feel like is St. Francis Prep, I forget, is that private?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like they're the only ones who had the money for the land for a football team.
Yeah, no, for sure.
You don't have that in Queens all around.
No, we definitely went out to Long Island to play a lot. For sure.
Ew.
Yeah, it was the only other places with fields and teams. And even our field wasn't great. Like, we played in Cunningham Park. Nice park overall, but like
I grew up around there.
Yeah, but it's not meant for football. Like, there's no field. So like if you played a home game, we had to carry the field goal post in pieces as a team from the school to the park. And the other team would literally watch us build a field goal post. That's how every game started.
You're using all your energy.
Yeah. And like the coach would try to like say it like, nah, this is like a mental game. Like, they're going to see you carrying the field goal post. Now I'm exhausted, my G. That's a 3-mile walk with 150 pounds each.
It's the ultimate home team. We put down the grass ourselves. We draw the lines.
That's so weird that you would use Cunningham Park, the most uneven fucking bullshit park in Queens. St. John's University is a few blocks away. You couldn't like make nice with them for any reason. Nothing. Cunningham Park is what. If you guys want to do a search for Cunningham Park, I think it's the worst park in New York.
Oh, definitely not for sports. Senior year you play at St. John's, at least the varsity games, but no, you go through the trenches in Cunningham to start.
They flip a coin. Do you want to receive or defer? Do you want to start uphill or downhill? And they're like, they're gonna defer to downhill.
Yeah, it's not fun. It's not fun.
Matthew, our resident receipt collector, he figured out how many times I made my Super Bowl bet. Every year, Gastor, I put $100 on the Steelers, the only team I care about. Immediately before anything happens, I don't even hear what goes on in the offseason because it wouldn't change a thing. I put $100 that they're going to win the Super Bowl. If I win at the start of the season, if I win, it averages around $4,000.
Yeah.
I thought if you would have asked me how many times I've been doing this, I'd be like, I don't know, 5 years, 10 or 11. Matthew says, looking back. Now, luckily, I forgot last year. If they would have won, I would have shit my pants. But so keep that in mind. I did save 100. So I'm down about $1,000, it sounds like. Okay. But I'm not too nervous because I still have 3 decades to make it up. Could Steelers win a Super Bowl in 3 decades? I like to think so. But however, I didn't realize it's been so long.
Listen, you guys got the great Omar Epps, doppelganger over there as your coach. Yeah, like I think he's one of the best coaches in football in general. So I like your odds on that. Like Pittsburgh as a football and a sport, they got so much figured out. I love the uniformity of the whole city. Everyone's got the same colors, makes it way easier to rep Pittsburgh.
That's true.
Every team, like no other city figured this out. New York got like 90 different colors. I gotta like I look insane whenever the seasons change because I gotta pick a new color scheme to rep. It's insanity that we haven't figured this out. Pick 3 colors, that's your city. Pittsburgh, in the middle of nowhere, they're the only ones that figured out this makes sense. You know, now like the government could get on board. Nah, that's a great sports city. And the Steelers will 100% win another. I think they win 2 Super Bowls in the next 30.
You heard it here first. Holy
Real
shit.
talk.
I'm gonna be real. Oh, I'm getting food delivered tonight, like a whole bunch of it. This feels
they know
good.
how to pick coaches. They got 3 coaches over a decade long each in a row. They know how to consistently pick leadership. I'm with that. They're used to the cold. They play outdoors. You know what I mean? They got people that want to cheer. They work blue collar jobs. They support them. I'm big as a community. They got it all figured out. It's a good community over there. They got just the right amount of balance of grit, art, and hard work. It works.
I remember I grew up close to Pittsburgh, but far enough away that was my New York City when I was there. Then I moved to New York and then visited Pittsburgh. I'm like, what is this? Anyways, but there roads on top of roads. I'm like, this is a very exciting place. So anyway, we did a Keith and the Girl show in Pittsburgh. And so we're walking around, me finally being an adult, seeing what's up. Went into, some gift shop. The woman was very chatty. So I said, hey, magnets, pens, shot glasses, everything says Jagoff. And I've heard this before, of course. It's a Pittsburgh thing somehow. And I go, where did Jagoff? She just felt like she was the Wikipedia of Pittsburgh. And so I go, where'd Jagoff come from? It's like, that's the thing we say, you Jagoff or Jagoff. And I'm like, I know, but it seems very Pittsburgh. You know where that came from? Yeah, we say Jagoff. I'm like, okay, forget it. Like Jagoff, you Jagoff. I'm like, no, I know it's not good necessarily. I'll take 2 pens and forget the whole conversation.
Always great when you use the word to explain the word,
Right.
That's all you need to know,
Right. So Matthew was in chat. Let's see. We do poker in chat. Chris won, but I don't know. He must have cheated to beat me. He probably used a game genie in that poker. But anyways, somebody there, Neil, he made I only have a black and white printer. I'll have to put this in our pictures at keithandgirl.com. But he said Keith says how he's nation, and he had AI make what Keith and the Girl would look like if he represented nation, whatever that means. And this AI drew angels carrying the American flag, but the buildings are all the different countries of the world. I can't explain it without you seeing it. My point is, AI is so fucking nuts. And it is amazing. And I do think it's going to solve diseases because if it knows everything. So it's going to figure out how to make the perfect concoction to something. But then at the same time, it is going to look at the dictionary and read these words and learn that they're better than us and we need dead. I was when I have my headphones in and Siri reads to me the texts and somebody just goes, haha. And it's like, haha, or nice. And the word just nice. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Craig made enchiladas and was just bragging and showed it in our friends group. And Siri goes, you have been sent a picture of food in a dish topped with scallions. I'm like, you're getting close.
Okay.
It was scallions. You just couldn't tell what was under it. These things are going to know everything. And it is a little fucking scary. And then put that to the deep fakes. I saw what's in the news now is Taylor Swift has been deep faked. And there's pictures of her going around that are sexually violent. She's getting fucked and beat up at a Kansas City Chiefs game.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't going to end because people are assholes.
Sadly, no. I am against the deep fakes being made public. I'm okay deep fake being made. Like if that checks off a weird box for you, you know what I mean? I don't know what your kinks are. You might be into something. That's cool. Keep it at home. There should be I don't know how you stop screenshots. That's really all I need to solve. Once we can't screenshot and share, I'm okay with you exploring whatever weird depths you have. That's cool. Also, you can make, there's just regular good porn. Like it's just
There's a lot.
There's a lot of it. It's beautiful women have made incredible porn already.
Yeah.
You don't need to do this to a beautiful lady who doesn't want to make porn.
I got oil on my couch. I broke my headboard last night. There's plenty of porn out there.
Yeah.
Trust
whatever
me.
Kink, whatever you're into, whatever look, someone's done it. Let her make music. She's happy doing that.
AI
we're in a weird time where two guys are like, "Hey, bros, do you know there's
Easy.
porn?" Like that's such a weird time.
AI generated nude images of Taylor Swift have made it around the internet. She's in various sexualized positions at the Kansas City Chiefs game. Whether or not, says a source close to her, whether or not legal action will be taken is being decided. But there's one thing that is clear. These fake AI-generated images are abusive, offensive, exploitative, and done without Taylor's consent. Oh, you don't say. And or knowledge. Taylor's 34 years old. Taylor's circle of friends, and she weighs. Taylor's circle of friends and family are furious, as are her fans, obviously. This source is saying they have the right to be, and every woman should be, of course. Yeah. The crude images were reportedly created by Celeb Jihad, a website that boasts a collection of fake pornographic imagery and deep fakes using celebrities' likenesses. They then they were on X, known as Twitter, under spread by this guy at Florida Pigman. Once posted to X, the images were viewed more than 45 million times, reposted some 24,000 times, liked by hundreds of thousands. Finally, Florida Pigman was suspended.
Okay, so this is what proves that it's not going away. Because if people were really grossed out by it or didn't want it to exist, those numbers would just not be high at all. That's crazy high. That's how many people wanted more people to look at it.
The images were on X for about 17 hours before their removal.
I will say, though, in defense of people.
Yeah, please. They need defense, of course.
The views to retweet number is like there's a big gap there from what you said, Keith, right? It was like 45 million versus a couple of thousand.
45, right. Viewed 45 million, reposted 24,000.
Like that shows me that at least some people are like, even if it's for other reasons or whatever, they acknowledge sharing this is wrong.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. It doesn't say how many times the link was copied, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It might be because they're protecting their own image, but they're at least acknowledging sharing this is a wrong thing.
X's Help Center outlines policies on synthetic and manipulated media, as well as non-consensual nudity, which both prohibit X-rated deepfakes from being posted on the site. I know, but your platform is called X. It confuses people.
Also, I think he's been very clear, at least Elon Musk, that he knows that things flow a lot easier without a lot of restriction. So he's lifted a lot of that restriction, and it sounds like for that reason. So it's pretty, like 17 hours for something like that to be on there. I don't know if AI could generate it, AI could take it down within an hour, right? I think
it's fair.
Yeah. You would think so, yeah, because you know what? Before Siri said about the scallions are on top, but I don't know the other shit. When people send something like a picture I've noticed this, when people send a picture that's been on the internet for a long time, Siri knows exactly what it is and says it down to the detail, chopsticks and noodles on the half side of the plate, and the ramen juice is one fourth cup. Like, if enough time goes by, the computer figured it out and is ready to go. My point is, AI can figure out that this is a fake picture.
Yeah.
Right now, it really can, and it could also figure out.
Oh my God! Sorry, my Siri just went off. Siri, shut up! Jesus Christ! Here's Taylor, and then it fucking comes on my wall projected.
But I feel like it could also pick up that it's inappropriate.
Yes.
Yeah.
So two things. So 17 hours feels like a lot. I imagine it was reported within the first 1 or 2 hours because not everyone is happy about it, you know, and she's got a lot of fans that would be on it right away. So I don't think Mr. Musk is too concerned about this.
Yeah. And Elon, everything else you do crashes on its own. Why couldn't you do that here? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Literally, all your other stuff crashes all the time.
Right, literally.
Yo, come on, man.
Swift previously threatened legal action against Celeb Jihad in 2011 after it shared another fake nude image of her, but nothing ever came of it because the site claims it's satire. Oh, that's satire. Here's a fake body with your face. That's satire now. Saying we're not a pornographic website. We just got jokes.
Calling it jihad is pretty intense.
I looked at the site. I was out in 2 seconds. It looks like trouble.
Mm.
It looks like trouble. Coincidentally, the Preventing Deepfakes of Intimate Images Act was reintroduced to the House Judiciary Committee last week. The bill would make the non-consensual sharing of digitally altered pornographic images a federal crime. I like this. With penalties like jail time, a fine, or both, it would allow victims to sue perpetrators in court. Yes.
Okay, so here's the thing. When they bring it to the court and when they present it, should they present deep fakes of anyone who has any control over how this vote goes and goes like, this is what we're talking about. We're not talking about people you like to see in weird scenarios that they're doing you a little favor and you want to retweet, but really you're copying it and putting it in your little files and whatever. This could be you. So now what kind of law do you want to push?
Well, you've seen things like rape laws, and it's like 100 to 4. And I'm like, who are these 4 people? Along with realistic deepfakes, the site has also gleefully published tons of leaked real celebrity nude shit. Who runs it? No one seems to know. The site's about page seemingly amounts to a spoof bio of someone called Durka Muhammad. In October,
This guy's the real deal. How could you be anonymous on the internet nowadays when so many people are after you? That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, like he would be rich just selling that service. Like just figure out how to monetize that ability.
Well, I did see on that site, the Jihad site, they have an app like how to do deep fakes on the app. And then I saw all the reviews. 1 star, you can't get out of this. They keep your money. You can't cancel if you want to. No, you're not telling me they're on the up and up. You're shitting me. Bad things happen to my credit card. You're kidding.
Did you guys just notice, and I noticed this during the mic check also, so I wanted to bring it up right now. Gastor is like, how do we monetize this? So earlier, this is why I think we really shouldn't hang out. Because it would be so dangerous. Because I was eating my frothy milk from my cappuccino, and he's like, "Oh, so you really like that? So if I started a thing that was all froth, how much would you pay for that?"
I want to know.
I know. I loved it. This experimental stuff I do all the time. I'm like, oh, interesting. So I really like to do that. How can I do that and call it work?
I've already thought of like markets. I'm like, this is great for like people that are like keto but want something sweet. You know what I mean? It works out well, right? It's like it's all the fat and protein, right? I'm telling you, there's something here. It's the top of the muffin, but for coffee, the froth. I'm telling you, there's a demo there. We can sell this, Kemda.
I think we should I'm leaving here March 7th. So March 8th, we start a podcast called What Did You Do for Fun This Week? Let's monetize it.
Kenda's not gonna be able to help herself. She's gonna still send me like magnets. Like, have you seen these new magnets? There's magnets on both sides. Get your name on those. Westfield High School in New Jersey was rocked by an AI-generated pornography scandal with fake nudes of female students passed around by their male classmates. We're talking about 14-year-olds.
Fuck.
Yeah.
But being passed around by other 14-year-olds.
By other males, by other boys. But I mean, that's these people that act like cyberbullying. You hear comics say that. Cyberbullying is sorry, unplug your computer. No, that'd be fucking horrible. You think if you got bullied in high school. Now think everyone's talking behind your back and they think they see nude pictures of you. It's creepy as fuck and awkward. And of course you're going to be abused more.
And it's also like, you used to be able to change schools or change environment. It follows you home now. It's in your digital world, which is where we've spent, especially since 2020, so much of our time on. Like this is, I don't think we've ever seen Gastor in person, but we've met now.
Right.
But
Yeah.
like that's the world. So you can't like it's not that this doesn't count because we're not able to touch each other. This counts. So your online bullying super counts. This is
Right.
life.
Right. And it's there for a long time and easy to spread as opposed to an in-person rumor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like that's gonna show up every time like someone
Yeah.
Googles your name now. You're applying for jobs a decade from now and that pops
Exactly.
up. Yeah, that's not fair.
And then it's like, no, somebody else did this violent nude scene of me. It's like, yeah, but I'm sure. But at the same time, it makes me think of the story we said yesterday, where somebody here in New York City was just got out of jail. They realized he didn't do the murder that he was charged with. 14 years in jail. Now he has to apply for jobs now. And does he go? No, I swear I was exonerated on all charges. Oh yeah. Why did they think it was you? Like yes, that shit will follow you.
Not
Yeah.
just that, you still were in prison
Right.
for murder for 14 years. So you were around prisoners, you weren't around technology, you lived that life and people thought you were a murderer for years. Like that doesn't just come out and like, I'm free.
Right.
Yeah.
That's mentally you need to come back also.
Speaking of the future, here's a story about cryptocurrency. A Colorado pastor in Denver, Eli Regalado. After months of prayers and cues from God, he was going to start selling cryptocurrency. He announced on YouTube last April.
What are these cues from God?
God told him.
That's a cue. Okay.
With divine wisdom, he said he was setting the rails for God's wealth transfer.
That's so good to describe yourself with divine wisdom. Good job.
Yes. Shortly, when somebody says I get divine wisdom, he's got to be like, doubt it.
Nah, I got the real one. Nah, man.
Guys, this isn't just regular wisdom. No, 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 no. Check this out. Divine.
Shortly afterward, Regalado and his wife, Caitlin, launched a cryptocurrency INDX coin. That sounds interesting. An index. That sounds smart, right? And began selling it to members of the Victorious Grace Church and other Christian communities in the Denver area. He knew they were fucking goddamn idiots because they believed everything else that makes no sense. They sold it through Kingdom Wealth Exchange, an online cryptocurrency marketplace that he created, controlled, and operated. The couple's sales pitches were filled with, quote, prayer and quotes from the Bible, encouraging investors to have faith that their investment would lead to abundance and blessings, it says in the complaint. Yes, that's what God loves. God doesn't like to be tested, but he doesn't mind testing you. And he's like, you give me your money, trust me, and I'm going to give it back to you with bigger. Just, Abraham killing his kid, blah, 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 blah. Noah, a lot of tests. It's fun to test you, and I'll reward you. Instead of helping investors acquire wealth, though, the Regalados used around $1.3 million of investment funds to bankroll their lifestyle. Range Rovers, jewelry, cosmetic dentistry. That does add up. Extravagant vacations, renovations to their Denver home. Several days after the civil charges were filed, Eli Regalado did not dispute that he and his wife profited from crypto and said, quote, the charges, this is now happening, the charges are that Caitlin and I pocketed $1.3 million, and I just want to come out and say that those charges are true. A few $100,000 went to a home remodel that the Lord told us to do. Yeah, we're saying 1.3 million though, but okay. A few thousand, the Lord needed you to have a new kitchen. The Colorado Division of Securities started investigating the Relegados after it received complaints from an anonymous investor. Civil fraud charges last week were against the pastor and Caitlin. Eli has said that God led him to open Index Coin and convinced him. God convinced him. At first, he wasn't sure. I don't know about these crypto, God.
Why is God needing to convince you? Did he come back with a PowerPoint like, look, buddy, this whole time you believed me. Like I destroyed the world and started over with just Noah and his wife. And look what happened. Look at this pillars of salt happen. But you need, all right, let me explain to you one more time how crypto works. Here we go.
That's probably why he fucked people over. Again, he doesn't want to be tested. I convince you. You ever see a tree? If that's not proof enough of what I do.
I mean, even God needs to explain crypto so many times because we still don't understand it.
Nobody gets it,
It's
right?
just like, but God, what is crypto? Is it money? Don't worry about it. It will be money.
A talking fireplace is telling me, and I'm like, I still don't really get it.
Yeah.
Now, I do have to ask this question though.
Yeah.
Who do you think was believed more? This guy pushing crypto to his believers, or Noah telling people, nah, God told me build the ark? Like those, the ark is like the crypto of that time. Now I'm gonna build this boat.
I'll tell you. That's a good question. That's a good question. Thank you for asking it. I'm going to say that more people believe Noah because I believe that during those story times, people were doing a lot of the same drug. So I think the mushrooms that Noah was taking to say like, no, man, the world's going to start over. Everyone's like, totally, I could see it too. But now we're like, this is criminalized and that drug needs this, piece of paper. And so we're not seeing the same visions that they used to see. So now we're arguing with each other.
Yeah, it's fair.
I saw the documentary Noah with Russell Crowe. He seemed a little insufferable. I think that's why people weren't really listening to Noah. He was a little too much.
He wasn't likable.
He was what?
He wasn't likable.
He wasn't likable. He really wasn't. Eli told investors that index coins were highly sought after and offered an unparalleled risk to return ratio. So saith the Lord.
I gotta tell you, I don't hear a lie so far. Like if he, like the max is definitely unlimited. It's unlikely, but it is unlimited potential growth.
Also, I think you're right. Like there's not lies here. God is talking to him. I don't know why we're gonna argue. This is faith.
I can't afford it, but God tells me I need a new kitchen all the time. I need a new house. Yeah, like I would love to do that. God consistently tells me, Gastor, try harder. You need a new kitchen and a new house. So
if
I
God
agree.
didn't buy me an island where I put a fancy coffee maker there, I'd come into church tired and downtrodden, and then that spreads to you if I'm not interesting and upbeat.
Yeah.
Yes, there was no interest for this coin other than the pool of investors, but God says it's going to work out. The regalados used technical terms to confuse investors and misled them into believing that the coins were valued at between $10 to $12, even though they were purchased for only $1.50. But it all added up, of course. Regalado took advantage of the trust and faith, this is a quote, of his own Christian community and peddled outlandish promises of wealth to them when he sold them essentially worthless cryptocurrencies.
Can I tell you, is it okay? I think that these people need to be punished differently than the person who murdered their spouse because they found out they were cheating. They were in bed with, like, that's for some reason we're like, oh shit, you lost your mind. Okay, this was so intentional and so thought out, and it involved God, right? So people are believing you outright. They're trusting you through God. I think this deserves God-like punishments. Turn him into a pillar of salt. Cut his kid in half or whatever. I don't know. Let's turn to the Bible, right? What does God do when you do this kind of shit? Let's punish you like that.
Kenda's Jewish. I don't know how to break this to her. We can't really turn people into salt.
It happened before. Let's get on it.
This is what happens when you only read the first half of the book,
When index coin failed to yield...
I posit Jesus.
When index coin failed to yield financial returns, Eli posted a video saying, you have to wait for God's plan to unfold. In his video last week, Eli addressed the accusations and acknowledged that people who bought index coin were stuck because they're unable to sell. Because I made it all up and had nothing behind it. We launched an exchange, he said. The exchange technology failed. Words that don't make sense. Things went downhill, and from that point forward, we've just been waiting on the Lord.
Oh, you know what? Okay, if they're found guilty, they should be made to convert to Judaism or anything else, just not Buddhist. That's a little too soft for them.
My dad would have been taken on this. He'd yell at at my mom. The technology, honey, you don't get it.
Mm.
I know this looks bad, he said. I know this looks terrible, does it? He reiterated that God led him and his wife to leave their marketing company in 2021, get into crypto, and multiply investors' money. Investigators found that investors began sending money in June of 2022 to Venmo accounts, wire transfers. Nothing that would fuck all these people that got burnt too. That's what you're gonna do. I'm looking. Yeah,
Can't.
no, you really can't. You know when I bought Doge, I sent it to fucking who's that guy? Who's the Tesla guy?
Elon?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
Elon
sent it
Musk.
to Elon's Venmo account. No, because that'd be fucking stupid.
Oh my God. Anna is saying Chemda is going Old Testament. Listener Liz is saying smite them.
I'm enjoying Keith's heel turn here. This is great.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. No,
Fuck
they're
everyone.
idiots. Well, you're looking at a church of idiots, quite frankly, and you just might as well say God said, "Give me more money in a different way." That you already know you're scamming these motherfuckers. You already know it. If you say God's talking to you, you already know you're lying.
Right.
Okay, so don't be a fucking idiot. And then you got kids and shit. Come on. I know this looks bad. No, you don't fucking say. Let's see.
I mean, I'm sure the place looks great, actually. I think the house
It looks very
fantastic.
good. God said we can't have people over right now.
Yeah,
But the place does look good.
The Zillow listing must be fantastic. You know?
Oh man. And then people started complaining, and he said, quote, when they started complaining, like, where's our return already? I don't know. Like, this is gonna catch up with you eventually. You're a young guy. What are you doing? And he would tell people, stop being ruled by chasing material wealth. Yes, I told you God's gonna give you the wealth, but don't push him. He'll get it to you. Play it cool. Yeah.
He's good for it, you know?
Eli expressed hope that divine. You know how he said he'd always come back and still hasn't? This guy's good for it.
Come on.
Eli expressed hope that divine intervention would bail out him and his investors. Yeah, that divine intervention is how we got here. I thought that's how we'd get out of this. Either I misheard God, he said. Oh my God. Look, hey, I'm willing to admit I might have misheard him.
He's like way up in the sky. So
Yeah.
Come on, B.
Maybe I
the internet connection is
misunderstood.
crazy. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yo, God don't got 5G, you know, so
And then you know that's a fuck you. If I said maybe I misheard you, but I know I didn't. Maybe
first
I
of all,
misheard.
he needed to be convinced by God. Then he misheard him, but I thought God was repeating himself.
Maybe either I misheard God or God is still not done with this project and he is going to do a new thing. God is doing a new thing. You know, he's doing it. What we're praying for and what we're believing for still is that God is going to do a miracle. God is going to work a miracle in the financial sector, and that everyone who invested is going to be able to receive money back. The court hearing is on Monday. Does he place his hand on the Bible in a courtroom? How about a book of law? Because this fucking guy. He goes, out of the 1.3 million you guys are complaining about, 500,000 went to the IRS. So, well, you guys are costing me a lot. My taxes just went up. I don't know what you're complaining about. And then the $100,000 that went into the home remodel that the Lord told us to do.
I thought the Lord was tax free.
yeah.
Yeah.
Why is he paying taxes on this?
And then Regalado said investors shouldn't be mad at prosecutors. We're not. We're mad at you. This is when the quarterback blows the football game and is like, don't be mad at the receivers. We're not. You handed it to the other team.
But how does the court justify saying, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God. Like how then who are we?
Do you see God in the courtroom, Eli? Can you point out God? Is he here?
Hey, when God talks to you during any of this procedure, please interrupt and speak his words into the mic so that we may know.
I'd like to call God to the stand. And he's almost there, and he's there. Okay, God, I want to ask you some things. They have to do this, he says about the prosecutors. I mean, if you think about this, we sold a cryptocurrency with no clear exit. We did. We took God at his word.
That's all you could do.
Oh,
That's all you could do, really, is take
Yeah.
God at his word, you know?
that's all we
Even
can
if you mishear
do.
the word, but, you know,
Yeah.
you can still take him at his word, you know?
This is the worst kind of person because this
Yes.
is, breaking someone's belief system like that, the thing that they take refuge on, the thing that like maybe possibly wakes them up in the morning to take
Yeah.
that and take advantage of it, is it's
Yeah.
why don't you just take advantage of children? These children only know the truth that you tell them, so you could do anything. It's so there's got to be a special place for
Does
these.
a
you
member
think-
of the congregation go, starting to wonder about God?
Yeah.
You hope.
At least they got to wonder about crypto.
The devil was a liar.
Do you think his wife loves him because he's like this? Or is she also like under the spell?
The new kitchen doesn't mind her too much.
Uh,
I think they're both liars together. They know it. You know what? It's even best case for her. Best case, she's Mrs. Soprano. You know.
okay.
Yeah,
Because like she could be like no, it's working. I already got the new kitchen, you know, and
right. How you guys doing? Hey,
You
honey,
know?
can you quit asking about their fucking kitchens?
it's hard to believe that she didn't see the $1 million in their account and didn't have anything to do with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just so good at ministering.
Right. But like when he talks at home and she's like, all right, shut up. And it's like,
I know your spiel, you
I
know.
thought you loved this shit. Everybody loves this shit. I'm reading about in Chicago, Muhammad Worker. Is it Worker? Worku. That's not a name. All right. Muhammad Worku walked into a local bank and pressed a note against the glass. The note read, "Give me the money, please. Thank you." And left with about $595. That was his
No.
robbery note. He had a mask on and everything.
No.
He was found about half an hour later with about $100 less.
Mm.
Worku's attorney argued that even though he committed a crime, it didn't amount to robbery.
That's the angle? Oh God, you're fired.
He says it involves robbery is stealing something by force or intimidation. There was no implicit or explicit threat of any kind. And
Yo,
the jury
I want
agreed.
this lawyer's number right now. This lawyer is awesome.
I want to know this city. Chicago. The jury agreed. 31 years old, this guy, Worku.
My man, yo.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, yo. That's a beautiful story right there. You know, the
Yeah.
underdog coming back.
So that was
You didn't
Friday.
believe.
That was Friday. This is on Monday. He walked into another bank
My man, do it again. Double up.
in Chicago.
You just
He
found a
handed-
new business model.
He handed an employee a note. It read, "Please give me the money. I'll pay it back soon. Banker's GIFE," maybe he means banker's gift. I'm not sure. "Banker's gift to me in advance," says the new criminal complaint, because they found him again. He left with $2,000 this time. He had $200 left.
Maybe the lawyer
$200
was like,
missing.
maybe the lawyer was like, next time you need to add these words, and that's why it's a little bit more.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. He's workshopping it, you know?
Until finally the note is, "Hi.
Yeah.
What do you say?" The teller described the suspect as wearing a surgical mask, neon green gloves, and a neon green winter cap. Investigators later found surveillance footage of a man matching the description, still wearing the green hat and gloves, buying clothing and a backpack at a nearby Target store. After making the purchase, he changed into new clothes, ditched some of his old clothes, and headed out the door, though he kept his neon hat and gloves.
I mean, those are staples, you know?
You
You
like
gotta
what
have
you
a
like.
brand. Yeah.
Worku was arrested about half an hour late after the robbery with $200 less. He is now set to be charged with both bank robbery and bank theft, which don't require force or intimidation. They figured it out.
They've been
Right,
workshopping too.
This is fucking Chicago. What the fuck?
They hired that lawyer ahead of him this time.
I know. I love this guy. This is awesome. No violence. Stuck it to the man.
Right.
Took their money. Help the local economy. You know what I mean? Put the money right back into Chicago where it's needed. You know what I mean? All he did was buy necessities, no flossing. Right?
Right.
He didn't frivolously waste all the money the same day.
And he probably need to spend it all on his lawyer. And
Yeah.
when he was reading, Keith said he had $200 less, not
Yeah,
left.
exactly.
Right.
This dude's budgeting. You
Right.
know what I mean? I love this guy. He could have bought all the news. He's like, nah, this hat, it kind of works for me. I'm gonna keep it. You know, like this guy's great. I love this guy.
He goes, so I owe you $200.
Yeah, there you go.
I said I'll pay it back. You were giving me a banker's gife.
Come on.
Yeah.
It's in the training manual. Read it. People get bankers' guides all the time. You know?
Banker's gife in your favor.
Listen, I'm gonna keep this hat. So when I come back, you just put my 2000
You'll
aside
know.
from the beginning. You know what I mean? I'll do the line. You know what I mean? Don't worry about it. And when I get up here, you'll know what it's about. I don't even gotta show you the note no more.
The letter is this is for you from earlier.
Yeah.
They're like, sir, can I help you? No, just take it back.
Here you go. Here you go.
Well, I need to make a record of it. No, you don't. It's actually bad if you do. Please have it. Thank
This
you.
is awesome.
They're like, hey, is he? No, he's giving the money back. Oh well.
I think there should be like a Monopoly bank robber, and he just brings the little cards that you land on chance or community or
Right.
whatever, and it's like bank favor in my
Mhm.
bank error in my favor. Give me 150, and just gives him the card.
As a
I
joke,
love
they
this.
should have go straight to jail cards and they slide it back through the window. Gotcha. You're on cameras. I hit a button, blah, blah, blah. People are
So-
so weird. I'd be hitting that button all the time.
Oh yeah. Why
Yeah.
not? It's a party. It makes the day exciting at worst, you know?
Hey. All right, here's what you want to do. Gastor Almonte, you want to see what's doing. Download the podcast, The War Report. They go over news stories. The show always starts with how Shalewa was doing. Surprise, it's always horrid, but it's very funny. And the album you want to hear, the stand-up is Immigrant Made. Big fan.
Appreciate
Anything
it.
else the audience should know?
I'm just doing a lot of road work this year. I'll be out in Plano, Texas, actually, next week. Doing a couple shows out there for the weekend, and I'll be hitting up Pittsburgh.
Oh, shit.
I believe
Oh,
the
shit.
17th of February. So, yeah, man, we're doing some fun things out there.
Very cool.
Very
Gastor,
cool.
thank you so much for your time. It's great seeing you again. Like I said, you're beloved, and we'll talk to you soon.
Appreciate y'all, man. Sincerely, always fun hanging out with y'all. Y'all take care. Kemda, we gonna link up, start a business in a little bit, okay?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, have a good one, y'all.
And don't forget the Kickstarter. The marathon is next week, like a week from tomorrow.
That's right.
I think I'm telling me that, I'm just
Yeah.
like, yeah, get ready. Because every time right before we start that stream, I'm like, we're doing what? All right, Gastor, give me a time. Give me any time of day. Any time of day.
3:30 a.m.
3:30 a.m. We have Craig coming in at 3:30
All
a.m.
right.
We have, let's see, Murph Meyer.
Oh,
We have Mark DeMeo.
okay.
Yeah.
It's all the
that's
druggies and a former police officer. That's interesting. Okay. Okay.
Love that. Look at that. We set up a sting right there, right on
Yeah,
the show.
that's right. That's right. We're doing our duty. YouTube channel, just subscribe. It's and then the bell will ring when it's time for us to do our marathon. Obviously, completely free. Thanks to you supporting the Kickstarter. That's it. Have a great weekend.
Where's-
All right, we're still live. I just want to, let's see. Kind of want to
Man,
Perk
Kemda
fan.
beatbox
Can't-
real different.
Yeah.
Looking forward to the Foam Co. to be a thing. Foam Company. Yes. Have a great weekend. Thank you, Mimi. American football can be confusing. Detroit's doing a lot better for the record, says Anna.
Love that,
So
Anna. Sincerely,
Okay.
I'm
that's
not going to
dope.
tell you where she lives. Don't worry about it. Just know they're doing a lot better. But I'm still going to hope that they win the Super Bowl for no reason.